Okay, hello, welcome back to it. Today I'm going to rather rapidly go through the last two UnFCed Keys songs at 150% speed. Now, this has been at two songs for quite a while. In fact, I think it was bumped down to these two and Heavy Weather almost immediately after the original Keys breakdown, whatever it was, many years ago. And then Heavy Weather got done, I think, by Jarvis. And here we are with two songs that, if you have any concept of Rock Band Network, you will know what they are already. But I'm just going to make everybody aware, because this is a sheet that can quite realistically be finished. Now, it certainly can't be finished cleanly, but knowing what has been done on this game already kind of indicates that these two should be gone like straight away if the right person gets on them. So I will do them in the order. I mean, there's only two songs. You could argue one is harder than the other for a number of reasons. The first one is Another Step. So this is pretty basic and easy, like most Key songs, outside of the solo. So let's just have a look. This is quick play. I ain't playing that thing in full. Alright. Jam A through D. Well, not really through D. Jam A and B. And then C, don't throw it away. And D, well, if you missed that, you're Muppet of the Century. So here it is. I will try to play it, but number one, I'm not warmed up, and number two, I ain't the guy for this. A is pretty approachable, to be fair. And then B is a lot slower, but also like just a complete spasm of notes. Yeah, I really don't feel warmed up at all. But yeah. So what do you do? What do you do? You moose it, right? Or you slide it. Jam A, slid, for sure. Like even I hit most of that just sliding, and I'm terrible at that kind of thing. Jam B, this is probably more of the issue. So you've got these strums which you can just strum through at the beginning, which isn't too bad really. Maybe looks more intimidating than it is. But then you've got just this complex of notes. So timing that out, the fact that that strum is there sucks. If that strum wasn't there, this would be pretty basic, to be honest. But you've got to time it right. The note sequence there, red, yellow, green, then your green strum, and then you've got this like ridiculous like ladder diamond kind of thing going on afterwards, which naturally you just do that and it hits for many people who have 2000 frame rates and 2000 pull rate. So just pooh, and it's done. But you've got to time it. Now this is Clone Hero. It's obviously nowhere near as strict as it is on Rock Band 3, although this section has been hit on Rock Band 3 now, I think. So I forgot what I was saying. In any case, it's not as strict as that, but it's more strict than you'd expect for Clone Hero, for sure. Maybe I could try and like time it. I doubt I'll be able to. So I think I hit the strum, but you gotta, you know, this is probably what practicing this section looks like, you know. So yeah, you really gotta. I'm hitting it, but those notes are fast. Like, how fast are they? Oh, this is Jam C. So this little sequence here is 65 notes per second. Now that's not absolutely absurd, you know. But then you've got to keep that speed going all the way through. So yeah. Oh my gosh, that was abysmal. Not to understate Jam A either. You do have to be pretty quick. I mean, you don't need to have any idea of the note order, but you do have to be quick. Jam C, really, I mean, there is another elbow strum in this, but it's so much slower. I would hope no one really chokes it, although the note order coming into that strum is a bit odd. I say I'm not really the candidate, but anybody that can hit Jam B, I would have thought Jam C would be pretty automatic. Just don't succumb to the pressure and seriously moose it away, because there's not really any honour in FCing like another step 150, because no one's going to do it clean, so it's just it's a moose off really. But this jam section does start 3 minutes into the song, even at 150. So you kind of wait in a while. You're going to want to set some time aside, maybe have a book or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure there's just nothing going on outside of this jam section. So yeah, that's another step. The other one is Veil of Illumination Part 2, which is as notorious, but has one this section is worse than anything in another step, but it does have a major advantage in that this section is about 30 seconds into the song. You know, you have to wait like that long to even start Hot for Teacher, for instance. More than that, should I say. I will show more than just 1A, which is the money, but really it's just 1A. Yeah, and after this point, well, after A, you should really be home and dry, to be honest. I would hope no one donks it away after that. It just gets easier and easier, pretty much. Maybe some things you'd maybe want to consider tapping just to be sure. Maybe not. Pretty sure 2D is easy enough that I wouldn't even need to show it, but here it is. So that's the synth solo. Obviously there was one standout section there, but just before we have a look, let's not forget, you know, 1B. I mean, you just moose it. I mean, I really don't see the point in playing this cleanly when you've got 1A, which will inevitably be destroyed with over inputs. So just do that. C, I mean, it'd probably be better to, you know, play it as it is, and certainly not try it one-handed. Just a zigzag, but here it is. Let's just... This is I don't know if it's completely unhit. Maybe the first half has been hit and then thrown away. Well, this is what we're dealing with here. The issue, obviously, is this. We got 3 random strums. It's not just 2 elbow strums, you got a double strum, so you're probably not gonna do a whatever the hell you call that, an all elbow strum. And to get back down and back up is also not going to happen. I don't think anybody can teleport that quickly. And then you got the other blue as well. So I think you're going to need a creative method. Now, what could you do? You could elbow rake, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure there's a way you can, if you can rake using one finger, you can probably rake using your elbow. You could, as has been done and attempted before, you could bind some keys on your keyboard to the strum. You will already have them bound, so probably up or down. And then you could just press both keys together to generate a rake. Now this sounds mad, but it would work, and we've seen it work. You time your like press of the keys, which would probably be with your toe, by the way, at the same time as those 2 reds. Or you could just like sort of mash the keyboard at this point of the song and then just hope you get all 3 of them. That's a way you could do it. It's probably the most reasonable way, because an elbow rake followed by a strum, that is essentially a double elbow strum. You know, they're so close together. And the notes in between is naturally Spock notes, of course. So there are a few ways you could do it. You could do the thing that people do, the meme rake and elbow strum at the same time, stuff like Endless Hallways been FC'd, you know, or The Truth About Girls. So that's another method, like the Relentless style thing. It's not unapproachable, and it's so early into the song. You know, I think with keys, one of them falls, they both fall, right? You can't have just one of the songs on FC'd line forever. I think whoever can figure this out will be able to do another step. I think this is why this is worse in a way, because this section is clearly harder than another step, even if they're all like insanely fast. But I hope we don't live in a universe where like Veil Part 2 gets FC'd soon, and then another step it takes another 2-3 years to do, because just do it. Just do it. I know it sucks, but just do it. The rest of the section, I mean, this is pretty bad as well. That, like, what the hell is this? This is some weird set of notes, but again, do your thing. And then you've got to strum through this. Hope you don't mess it up. It's not a small task, I will say. But you could just throw like 100 runs of this within an hour. You know what I mean? Not that I would envy anybody, but by this 23 seconds, it's not even 30 seconds. I wouldn't envy anybody just sitting trying to do this for an hour on end. Anyway, that's it. Just to show you, this is the sort of thing you need to not donk away. Basic 16ths at the very end of the song, and this song is pretty long. I think it's about 6.5 minutes at 150. But like I say, your work is done 1 minute in, if that. And the last minute is just very basic chords, so don't pull a Henry. That's it. 2 keys songs. Both of them could be done. Both of them are ridiculous. Like, I didn't really need to say that, but they can both be done. And this is it. There's no addendums. There's no Band Hero DS keys that we haven't converted yet, or whatever the hell. These 2 songs and the sheet is done, and no sheet has been completed yet. This is it. Are you up to the challenge? Well, that's for you to decide.